And we are live. I forgot. Hello. So you may have seen the title, and before you ask, I'm not jumping into Pokemon Scarlet right away for two reasons. The first is, well, long story short, I was in the middle of a battle at work, and, well, I'd rather not, like, jump right into it. But the second reason is, if you are not familiar with VStream, the third site I've been streaming on, they announced that they were shutting down on April 1st. Now, the date does not entirely confirm if they were like serious. It could be that they are shutting down VStream but rebranding, although I'm not going to speculate. 8 cents. But still, you know, the funny thing is that before I started on VStream, I actually was considering a few other third sites to go with. Oh, so that's what the big announcement was. Like, yeah, if you don't know, VStream was apparently teasing a big announcement, and the big announcement was they were going to actually partner with VShojo, which would have been huge if they'd actually been able to stay up, but unfortunately, it's not. Like, I'm going to post the link in chat. And just there we go. I just realized I forgot to also put... But yeah, anyways, it's unfortunate. But it is what it is. Now, I did do some off-screen grinding for Pokemon on Scarlet. Specifically, what I did was, in addition to leveling up Pokemon, which, if you can't tell by the YouTube title of the stream, my starter evolved. Okay, good. I also got the item that evolves Charcadet. Now, you might wonder why I did that. Well, if you weren't paying attention, one of the loyal three, or I guess the disloyal. What's the antonym of loyal? The disloyal three is probably the more accurate nickname. Is a poison fighting type. So I figured, why not get the item that evolves Charcadet, which in this game is a fire psychic type. Still, if there is one good thing to come out of Eastream's shutdown, I guess it's that, well, okay, spoiler alert, I'm designing a third version of my overlay, and this happened before I found out before I actually, like, was able to, like, finalize the design. That being said, I need to do two things real quick, so I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Long story short, my mom was kind of on my case about, like, getting a bunch of hangers for shirts. There we go. In case you're curious what I was doing before I shut up, before other hand, I was attempting to capture a Frigibox, you know, the first form of this game's pseudo-legendary, since I have literally everything else in my team. But before I do that, let's actually evolve of Charcadet. Auspicious armor. I know I got it. And I have Charcadet fully evolved. You know what? I said I was originally going... aim to go after after the bird one first, but I think I'll go after... Okie dokie. E first. No promises, but you'd better hurry if you want to, because more Pico only has like 2 or 3 more turns left. I do appreciate the help, Ogre Pawn, but special attack is what I need right now. You know, I mentioned how V-Stream is shutting down. You know what that kind of reminds me of? It reminds me of how, for a brief while as a kid, I thought I was, like, cursed. Like, I went to 2 elementary schools, and they both closed down within, like, 3 years. Turns out, I thought that trend would continue into middle school, but obviously it didn't. It was just a coincidence. And what is life but a series of coincidences? I didn't get to do Pokemon off screen. You know, I kind of wonder if Carbon was like a rejected evolution design. I say that because, well, look at the ears. I don't think that there's a move that's guaranteed to cause freezing in the same way that there's a move guaranteed to cause sleep, paralysis, and burn. And poison, for that matter. On the topic of evolutions, I've often wondered what an evolution Ash would have had if he'd gotten one. To be honest, as long as I actually think they could have gone anyway, without actually like pissing anyone off, aside from for one evolution over the others. With one exception, Vaporeon. Not for the reason you're thinking. Like, I don't think it would have caused the copy because of the copy pasta. Rather, I say this because, well, if they had, I could see people taking it as pretty much like a confirmation that Ash ends up with Misty. And I guess maybe you could argue that that Glaceon might have been considered. Well, let me double check to see. I don't think, I'm pretty sure Iris didn't have. Okay, yeah. Like, Ash to any of his travel partners. Carmine's gonna struggle in this battle. You know, on the topic of the anime, I've been meaning to... I thought I may have brought this up before, but the Pokemon anime has a weird relation with the male trainers from the game. Like, Red Ed is kind of represented in the form of Richie, as well as Ash. Although, there are enough differences where you could argue he's not represented. Like, I'd say both is and is not. Schrodinger's representation, basically. Gold is actually... Gold and Brendan do have been animated, although they've never met Ash. Gold appeared in like a special or related to Pokemon Crystal, which also had Crystal present. And Brendan made a brief cameo in one of the movies, but I don't think any of the male protagonists since then have appeared. It's also kind of weird how Pokemon has, like, a strange relation with female trainers, since they've been more consistent about featuring those, but even then, they don't always feature them. Lyra and Hilda, I don't think, made an appearance, and I don't think that the female trainers from either Sun and Moon or Sword and Shield made an appearance in those respective arcs. And while it's a moot point, Ash molding. And I actually did do some reading, and turns out that the people who are working on the anime are open to the idea of Ash making a cameo, but his days as the main character are over. Like, that kind of ties back to something I suggested earlier about having Yamona make a random cameo just for the hell of it, as Ash is like his girlfriend, and if he does reappear, it would be really funny. Still, I kind of do wish that they had done with the Pokemon anime. I wish that they had Ash go to the 4 region, to like Colosseum. That would have been really interesting. If there is a fanfic of that, there should be. In fact, I'm part of a fair number of Discords, one's dedicated to Pokemon fanfiction. I might actually ask around and see if there's anyone who actually wrote that. So it is one insanely weird week for VTubing, because if you don't know, not one but two tiger VTubers male tiger VTubers had some accusations levied against them. What was it with that animal and drawing the short straw this week? Like, I don't think anyone would accuse me of anything. I haven't really interacted with any VTubers in any way that could, like, get me canceled. Like, at least I don't think I have. Yeah, if there is, nothing is coming to mind, so I think it's the type of thing where if someone was really trying to, like, get me, they could maybe stretch things, but it would not be anything cancelable. And even then, I don't think it would be really anything worth bringing up. But what was it with tiger VTubers? Like Tora, who practically got trending on Twitter, and for the record, I am glad that he got called out. Like, it's better to deal with him now than let him get more victims, although obviously it would have been better if, like, he hadn't had any victims in the first place. But still, like, I would say overall it's for the best that like that stuff got out there. Like, and for the most part, the VTuber community, like, abandoned him. Like, I've heard some people say it's not as bad. What he did wasn't as bad as people make it out to be, but considering the... But honestly, if... I may have mentioned this, and I did mention this on Twitter, but what happened with Lily/Hera bears a lot of similarities to what happened to Jack Wright and Sienna May, with Lily being in Jack's shoes and Tora being in Sienna's shoes. It did not get as far. Fortunately, like, I'm going to do something that's a bit risky, but... so be it. Basically, I'm going to use my starter, HSCC, since while it is vulnerable to poison types, it's also immune to psychic type, which is the other combination. Worst case scenario, I can just send out Tinkatuff. Ooh, that's quite powerful. Yeah, I think this was the right decision. If it goes after more Pico for... okay, that's not so bad. If I'd known it was going to start off with Spite, I would have actually used Honed Claws first. Oh, wow. That was actually probably the easiest battle. I'm gonna guess either one, Ogre finally got its redemption arc, or two, there was an unfinished mask. I had a feeling that this would happen, and it's a good ending. tit for tat. I will admit that was actually a pretty good opening move. Feels odd that I took it out with 2 uses of Rock Tomb after how much. After this, Applin is the only one who is left, and I can handle that with Pinkaton. Oh, I did not know Tinkaton evolved at this level. Well, that was one inappropriate way. What level is Ogre Pond gonna be is the question. Ironically, this is the only case where I've actually used a super effective move. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Not only did... Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure that, like... A special Pokemon deserves a special Pokeball. I'm not going to catch the Loyal 3 on this stream. I'll save that as like the finale for the last V stream I do, which is the Saturday after the upcoming one. Oddly enough, I actually think that I can just, like, overpower Iono and the 4th gym with just sheer force. Yeah, I should probably tackle gyms 3 and 4 since I can pretty much overpower them. Let's see here. Oh yeah, electric and water. I am more than good. before we go there, let's get ourselves a Sinnoh token. The starter egg. Now that is a cool attack. I get the feeling that this might have been better if I'd waited. Until I had like 3 or 4 badges. I'm gonna be very overpowered. I decided that I won't challenge the last gym after all, another gym after all, but I will do a bonus stream of this game on Sunday, and well, I'll tackle 2 gyms and the second team. I would actually use Ogre Pawn if my team wasn't for my no technical overlap policy. I have something else in my mind, which... You know what? I can actually keep... I'll keep Ogre Pawn for the third and fourth gyms. Was she gonna confess to me? Because if so, Briar is one huge cockblock. Now, if you're on the V-Stream side of things, unfortunately, you will not be seeing that because that DLC is actually post-game content. But, if you want to follow me on other socials, I will leave them in the description. I mean, not just the description, but I'll also drop links in chat. Anyways, if you want to follow... follow me on YouTube, or Twitch. Either is fine. I would actually recommend YouTube since I'm planning on starting making essays, and I'm going to be trying to drop one this weekend. Ideally Friday, but possibly Saturday, depending on how things go. Oh, you bet. You know what? I will make the final stream I do on VStream a grand finale for this DLC. Like, I'll save the stuff. I won't do, like, all the ogre or ousting things, but I will come back and catch all the remaining Pokemon. Could at least show me his face with his hair tied back. You know, now that I think about it, I don't think I ever finished the second DLC for Pokemon Sword. I should probably get back to that game. So anyways, you want to know what I think I was reacting to earlier? Well, are you maybe familiar with the infamous Oracow, Lolcow? I'm not sure what he should be qualified as. Person of interest, I guess you could say. Cyrax. Well, he tried to become a VTuber. For the third time. Yes, this has happened twice before. Oh hey, thanks for following. I just gotta follow on the Twitch side of things. I'm going to assume those two things that was not related to what I was just talking about, which is Cyrax being a VTuber. Like, I'm not too familiar on the Cyrax lore, but still, it is really damn weird to think that of all people, would actually end up having ties to Cyrax. I think I might do a lore catch-up stream, like similar to what Lilybell does with the Chris Chan videos with Cyrax. I don't want it to become like one of my main things, but still. You know what? I was thinking of calling it a stream here, but considering the power difference between me and Iono, I think I wouldn't really say it's evil, it's more like efficient. I'm assuming neutralizing gas as negates abilities, is that correct? Because I'm not too familiar with that move. I do know about, well, Slaking's ability, so that is an interesting combination, and I actually have a funny story about Slaking I have shared before, but I was playing, I think it was Ruby, and I had a Pokemon, and my team was horribly underleveled. Well, I think it was my brother's team, actually. Like, I was just playing it to kill time or something. I kept on stalling Norman and Slaking that was trying to use Focus Punch by just hitting it with Rock Smash, and it barely did any damage, but it kept on interrupting him. Yeah, I don't remember how that battle turned out. It was so long ago, like 2004, 2005. Apologies if I'm making you feel old. Yes, I am that old. This is gonna sound weird, but I actually didn't have that much of a problem with Whitney, although then again, I did choose Totodile, and I'm assuming that most people chose Cyndaquil. I would need to boot up my copy of Heart Gold to remind myself what team I used against Whitney. I think that it was because, like, I knew ahead of time. I came prepared. Where is the next gym? Oh, that's where it is. You know what? Just because... Yeah, I can see that, since, like, I would imagine that they were, like, still working out the kinks. Plus, it's not like Typhlosion was like a different type. Huh. I was wondering if Ogrefon would wear a mask in the overworld, but... Still... You know, I've often wondered if Pokemon should, like, implement a like, Intimidate ability that lets you skip battles, like... Nimona is going to regret this, because, well, if you didn't see my... Yeah, hidden abilities are pretty nifty, like, I actually got a Froakie that knows Protein back in Gen 6. I don't remember if I used that, but it was, like, pretty exciting. Iono is actually kind of a necessary battle for me in one way, other than just progressing with the gym story, since I'm actually starting to have Pokemon refuse to obey my orders, so this is also a matter of, you know, ensuring I don't have my team refuse to obey me, although this is going to be really funny seeing this team just like using sheer force as the way to get rid of things. Yeah, that is a fair point. Like, kind of like how you could argue Rampardos should have had Rockhead as its ability, although I'd argue that, well, sheer force is better than Rockhead. How does sheer force work with a move like Explosion, now that I think about it? X down. Yeah, that does make sense. Like, if it did, it would make moves like Self-Destruct and Explosion. If it didn't, it only negates secondary effects. It would make moves like Self-Destruct and Explosion extremely OP. Yeah, you know, that does make a lot of sense. That is actually a valid question. I mean, you know, I've actually been wondering what I would do if I was, like, in charge of a region. And you know what I would go for in terms of design? The Adriatic Sea. Like, basically, it would be, you could challenge the gyms in any order, but the catch is that after, well, except for the first one, if you don't know what the Adriatic Sea is, basically, it's the body of water, or on the east coast of Italy, Croatia, and Slovenia. You could probably also throw Montenegro in there if you wanted to zoom things out, although you'd probably have to throw a bit of Austria in there as well. Yo, dog, I heard you like streaming. And so he put a stream within your stream. Yeah, yeah, that does seem pretty broken. If I'd known that, if I had forgotten what Iono's gym test was, since I have seen people battle this against Iono in, like, VODs of other VTubers and whatnot. I am reading this in Obake Pam's voice. I would have gone with whatever happened to Mr. Walksabout of tomorrow. Bonus points if you can figure out what that's a reference to. Oh, I see him. Took me a second. I just wanted to make sure, like, I wasn't accident. That is a pretty good team. Oh, I thought for a second I'd have to actually physically locate him. Like, I can do this pretty easily since... This is basically Where's Wald... Oh, that is an interesting way of shaking things up. I mean, that is actually not that bad a hiding spot. Oh, so each round consists of one Mr. Walksabout match and one hiding and one battle. Well, at least this does confirm that it wasn't like alternating or something. That is the best case scenario. I would have guessed that this would have been like that one trial in Sun and Moon where you actually had to spot what wasn't there each time. I don't think there are any electric fire types. Oh wait, there is Rotom Oven, but I don't think Iono has one of those, so... You know what? I actually think I can take it even if she does. Because as long as I don't change Ogre Pond's mask. Yeah, I don't need to restore PP. This is going to be the first time where... Well, I mean, to be fair, it would be... there is the question of what type combination do you go with. Although, now that I think about it, a fire and ice would be interesting. You know, come to think of it, they still haven't shown one form of Kyurem. Namely, the fusion of all three dragons. I wonder if they'll do that if they make a hypothetical Legends game for the Unova region, or if they're saving that for the Black and White remakes. Not sure how I feel about those. I feel there should be more, like, PogChamp emojis or something, assuming that those arrows are supposed to be, like, chat, as opposed to, you know, people speaking out loud, actually. Oh yeah, Galarian Darmantian. And it took me a bit to remember that since, well, I did play... It was either Xenoverse or Empyrean, which had a fake mon with that type combination. Still... Yeah, that's the one I forgot about for a second. Like, the fake mon I was thinking of was like this skier, which was an interesting combination, although still one type I have to wonder if we'll ever see is fire-water. Like, I imagine it would be like either a steam type or a lava. It would be either steam or lava themed. Since, you know, liquid, that's really hot. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I was more thinking like a non-legendary, but still. Would actually like react to you bringing out legendaries, because I could totally see Iono, if they had a more like dynamic reaction, I could totally see Iono like saying, "Oh my god, I have to retitle the stream," or something. Speaking of things they could introduce in the Black and White remakes that we know are coming, one thing I would love to see would be... Oh, that's not what I would have guessed Iono's ace would be. But anyways, yeah, I know that we have a ZA, and I am actually glad, since that means we get to see what the hypothetical Pokemon Z that we never got would have done with Zygarde. Yeah, like, that... No weaknesses, you say? Well, that actually doesn't change much my current strategy, since all I'm doing is just, like, brute force. Like, the only one I've actually been able to get super effective attacks against was the first Pokemon. I don't think stall tactics are very effective when you literally take out your opponent's Pokemon with one shot. Yeah, I can definitely see that. I guess that's what I get for doing the DLC before any of the gyms. If I was to play Pokemon Violet it through, I'd probably hold off on doing the DLC until I beat the 4th gym at least. I would not entirely be opposed to that, but I guess I would probably want to like get a hold of a newer Nintendo Switch or the Switch Pro. So I could like trade in between. I'm going to guess as that Miss Magius... I actually remember that Miss Magius has Levitate as an ability, so I definitely see how it would have had no weaknesses. You know, that actually reminds me of a theory I came up with for why they introduced fairy types. It was actually because, well... Consider how ghost and dark types are weak against fairy types. Or rather, how ghost types take like normal damage and dark types take double damage. Yeah, that. Like, all you need... Like, I would imagine that it was because of, like, the Wonder Eye exploit. I mean, Wonder Guard exploit, you know. That's my theory, since the only other way I know of that you can get around that combination is if you either have a Pokemon that can inflict a status move that inflicts damage, namely Burn or Poison or Confusion, or you happen to have a Pokemon with Fire Fang. Yeah, that is also true, so I would imagine it was kill two birds with one stone. I do have to wonder if they'll ever introduce, like, another type. Because at the moment, I can't really think of any type I would say is particularly broken. I mean, I guess you could say that they might introduce a type to buff another one, but I don't... Yeah, that's one of the other reasons I would have guessed. Like, poison types, quite frankly, sucked before fairy types came along. Like, I'm pretty sure most people would choose a fire type or a bug type. Or hell, a flying type for dealing... Well, any of the other types to deal with a grass type. Trying to remember what other type... But, you know, the funny thing about that is, that's actually gonna make... Yeah, it did give poison types more use as offensive Pokemon. But you want to know something funny about the introduction of fairy types? It actually means that it's going to be a lot harder to justify the story of Pokemon Conquest if they ever remake it, since, well, in that game, the supporting character who joins you... Okay, this isn't really I don't really consider this a spoiler, but you might want to mute it the stream for the next few seconds if you haven't played Conquest and want to. The female little sidekick your character gets is the sister of Oda Nobunaga in Pokemon Conquest, and well, at the time, she had reason to be afraid of him since, well, his Pokemon were either Hydreigon or Zekrom, but from Gen 6 onwards, it would actually be reversed since, well, I didn't actually play those two games, although I am seriously reconsidering that since I did not know Leaf was in them at the time, but one theory I actually could see being the hypothetical third ball was, well, this is gonna sound a bit crazy, but hear me out before you judge me. Clefairy. And the reason I think that is that originally Ash was going to have Clefairy as his Pokemon before they decided on Pikachu. Yeah, I could see that, like, and I am aware of that. Like, I guess what really did this make me decide against playing the Let's Go games were the fact that I don't think they had... Yeah, I'm glad to see that I'm not the only one who had that idea. Like, honestly, if they had had the Sevi Islands, I probably would have picked it up. Since that was a really fun feature in the original, in Fire Red and Leaf Green. I am aware of that. I'm kind of reminded of how Heart Gold and Soul Silver, which I'm pretty sure most people would say are the best remakes, and I, for the most, pretty much agree. There were, like, one or two areas where I am gonna have to look into that since I'm not really familiar with that, but anyways, as I was saying, one of the few things I'm pretty sure most people would agree with me on if I was saying they could have done better was how you could have, like, loaded a save, I think, from Fire Red and Leaf Green. One thing I think that a lot of people would have done differently would have been make it so that if you had played as Leaf in the Gen 3 remakes, you would have found her at the top of Mount Silver instead of Red. You know, funny story about hacking Pokemon games, I actually kind of hacked Pokemon White 2 back when that came out. I didn't, like, do anything drastic. I just cheated and gave myself a shiny Charizard that knew Draco Meteor. What I did was basically roleplay as Atticus Rhodes from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. It was a very interesting game, and I'll say that much. I might try and see and dig out my copy and see what team I used to beat the Elite Four with, since I do remember doing that. I used to, like, buy both versions. Decided against doing that for oh yeah, I did not hack any of the games like that. Like, I think it might have been like Ruby and Sapphire, but I didn't hack like Diamond and Pearl onwards. I'm just trying to figure out if I want to call it a stream here, or if I want to tackle one of the Titan Pokemon. I can see why someone might have done that, since, to be fair, I do remember that in, like, a guidebook or I think it was Pokemon Red, they recommended using a Master Ball on something like Fearow. And hey, at least you got what was the bonus Master Ball. Like, I'd say it would only, like, really look bad on you if, you know, you'd used the only one you get to catch Pseudo-Wudo. Yeah, that's what you should use the Master Ball on. Something like Mewtwo. You know, on the topic of Pokemon you can catch, want to know what I'm reminded of? I'm reminded of how in Platinum, there's like this King of the Lake that's hyped up. And when I first heard it while I was playing without a guide, I thought, ooh, they have Kyogre. Or maybe it was some other way to get Manaphy. No, turns out it was just a level 100 Magikarp. I actually did try and go for it, but the problem is... Yeah, I'm aware of that. Like, honestly, kind of wish that they'd give you ways to get the other two. Man, I actually talked a lot more in this stream than I would have guessed. I do not want that much whipped cream. You know, I've often wondered how I'd handle something like a sandstorm or whatnot, since I live in a town which doesn't get a lot of natural disasters, at least weather-related ones. We do get earthquakes, but... Really? I might actually track one down. I'll look into that. I think I will call it a stream in like another minute or two. Let's just see if there... Yeah, I would have guessed it was in one of the DLCs. I will come back to Kit Itakami, mainly because I didn't like get it, the Loyal 3, or for that matter the Mochi Madness. This Pokemon Legend you get. I'm going to save that for the 31st, mainly because, well, if you didn't read the title, this website called VStream, which I had been streaming on as a third streaming site, I haven't gotten either of those yet, but I will, like, work on catching the Pokemon in the Kitakami Eject so I can get those on stream. But anyways, as I was saying, like, VStream shut down, and I do not think I will be able to beat Pokemon Scarlet before I play it, at least on stream. Like, if I was to start playing it off stream, I would easily complete it before the VStream shut down, but I promised myself no gym battle also no Team Star and no Titan Pokemon or any story or events off stream. Unless it was like totally by accident, which I do try and avoid doing. I have gotten Ursaluna in Legends Arceus. Yeah, I'm assuming it's different. The name kind of reminds me of werebears from the Elder Scrolls, since you do encounter the werebears in Solstein, which was, well, where the Blood Moon DLC for Morrowind takes place. I hate it when this happens. Also, this Friday is going to be big because, well, it's going to be my first anniversary of streaming. Not in general, mind you, not specifically on Twitch, and obviously not on VStream. I will be debuting a new asset to the stream, not a new model, unfortunately. I mean, I do have an alternate model I could use. I might use that, but I'm actually going to try and make some video essays, since I do think that the days where you could just, like, get famous only by doing gameplay are, if they're not already over, they're really close to being. So I've decided, you know what? Why not make video essays while I'm at it? I do have one that I'm working on, and that's why I'm going to end the stream here, since I want to edit it. But I will try and have it out by this Friday or this Saturday. All I really have to do is, like, edit some photos on. I'm not going to use music for this one, only because, well, while I do have music I could use, I haven't really taken the time to, like, sort what I want to use for my streams and what I want to use, like, SABGM. I probably use both when I actually pay someone to commission music. When I, like, pay someone to make music. If you want to know what I'd go for, go listen to the OST for the Dark Knight Returns animated adaptation. I would probably go for something in the vein of that. Obviously, I won't be able to get Christopher Drake, which would be amazing if I could, but unfortunately is not within the cards. I'll probably get it as, like, some way to celebrate getting my own place or something, or alternatively if I hit, like, 50 subscribers on YouTube or something. But anyways, thank you for tuning in. As mentioned, Friday's the anniversary. I'm going to launch a rocket in Factorio to celebrate. I was working on getting a file ready, but it doesn't look like I'll get there since I play Factorio at a snail's pace, but I do have a backup plan. Anyways, thank you for tuning in. I'm Andreas Corbell, and I'll see you next assignment. Later.